What's going on, Pixel Hackers? Christian Lovrecich from PixlFeed here. In this video, I'm going to explain to you the difference between using single interest ad sets in your campaigns or grouped interest ad sets inside your campaign and how I do it. But before we get started, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive right in. All right, let's talk about the difference between single broad interest ad sets and grouped interest or stacked interest. When you should use them, how you should use them, and how do I use them? Okay, and what's the point behind it? So when we're talking about single broad interest ad sets, we're talking about ad sets that include just one single targeting interest. So let's say for this example, I'm going to use dogs. Right? Let's say we're starting a store in the dog niche. So I'm going to do dogs. Okay. And what I like to do is I like to start with single set broad interest, because that way I can assign a set daily budget for every single interest. And that way I can start breaking down which interests work and which ones don't. Okay. Because the last thing you want to do is just group together a bunch of different interests without knowing if they work or if they don't. Okay, so when you're doing your targeting, you should be thinking about your main what do you call it, sections of that audience. So you will target people who could be your competition. You want to go after people who are like website information, blogs, associations, anything like that. Celebrities, public figures, influencers, and hobbies related to that niche. So again, for this example, I'm using dogs. I'm going to break it down into people who like dogs, right? So I will do the first one right here. I will not choose detailed targeting expansion because remember, we're trying to figure out which one are winning interests and which ones are not. So the way I will do it is I will select my interests here, let Facebook do its thing with automatic placements. You can optimize depending on what you're doing. I'm not going to get into that because I'm just talking about targeting here. And then what you do is you choose your interest, you close this, and then duplicate your ad set, right? And then original campaign, you want to share everything, and then you will select your next. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta love Facebook Ads Manager. But as I was saying, you copy the ad set, and then you select your next interest related to the niche, right? For this occasion, I'm just doing the dog part. So I will go to detailed targeting, and I did a copy of the ad set, and then I will choose my next one, which will be, I don't know, anything dog related. I mean, remember, you got to do your, what do you call it? Your research. So I will do dog breed, right? Because it's related to that. And then what you do is you go on and on and on. I will keep copying the ad set as many times as I need. And what happens is when you run it for a while, you're going to see interest standing out more than others, okay? So for example, I pulled up one of my campaigns here, one of my other accounts, and as you guys can see, you can see the different results and the cost per purchase, right? This is a niche that I know pretty well, so that's what they're all converting. But if you look at it, none of them are really winners if you really break down the cost. Like for example, look at this one. Look at the CPA on this one. It's $67.55. For this account, I want it to be anywhere 45 and under, right? So right here, I would have just killed these ad sets right here. And this is CBO, so it's not running right now, but the ad sets are on. So you guys can see how some of them stand out more than others, right? Okay, so I just wanted to show you what that looks like once it's running and you start seeing some results, okay? You're gonna see that breakdown of metrics and click-through rate and all that good stuff, CPC, so that's where your judgment has to come in. Which ones are my best performing ones? Because not all of them are gonna give you purchases. So if they're not giving you purchases yet, you gotta look at your metrics and see which ones have that chance. Unless you give them the chance to run for 4 days or more, right? And all of them start converting. But that depends on your targeting and your knowledge when you're looking for this interest, right? Again, not all of them are going to be a hit. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like when all of them are a hit. And even though all of them are a hit, some of them are just too expensive when it comes to conversions. So let's say you've been running your single set interest ad sets, and now you have interests that are converting and some
that are not converting. So what I like to do from here is I open Notepad or Excel, whatever you like to use, and then I make notes of the ones that are converting. And what I do from the beginning, and this is very, very, very important. So you probably might want to use Excel, is I separate the winning interest based on the section of that niche. So for example, I will separate into one column my competition. I will separate into a different column anything that's information websites, association websites, forums related. Another column will be celebrities, influencers, public figures. And then another column will be, like, for example, hobbies related to the niche, right? And why do I do that? Because when you're starting to group interests together that are winners, I mean, you want to simplify the account, but you don't want to just throw them all into a mix. Because what you do is you're going to grab your winning interests, right? And you're going to go back here, and then you're going to create one campaign for each section of the niche. So I will go in here, and I will call this one, let's say, competition. So this will be like all my stores, right? And this is how I want to separate them, to know which ones perform better when grouped together. So I would go in here, go to the ad set and pull up my spreadsheet or my notepad or whatever. And then you grab them and then you group them in here. You put them in here, right? So like this, you just copy here so you can see it. I will just grab this, copy, and then I will throw it into my detailed targeting. And then you just put them all together, right? So there's one, Facebook's slow today. There's two, right? And you go on and on and on. And this is how you start to simplify the account. So you do this, you break it down with sections like I explained. And once you have your interests down, right, you should always be cycling new interests, testing new interests, and then grouping them together to simplify the account and start scaling. Well, guess what? At one point, you're going to start creating lookalike audiences like your purchase custom audiences, your add to cart audiences, view content, those type of audiences. And guess what? At one point, you can test those separately as well, right? And then once you have those, let's say, you separate them all and you see that your 2 to 3% and your 1% are your best performing ones, you're going to see that. Guess what? You can grab those and you can stack them together. And this is how you begin to simplify your account, right? And the more data that your account gathers, at one point, believe it or not, you can even run wide open campaigns. But at that, you need thousands and thousands of the objectives that you're going for. So that's how you try to simplify the account, and that's how you secure your account to bring results, because you get rid of those interests that do not perform from the beginning. And that way, when you launch something new, you're not afraid of it, and it's going to convert, right? It might not convert. It could convert right away, or maybe a little bit later, because it depends on that pocket of the audience that it's hitting. But now we know they're winning interest. So now you're not afraid of launching a campaign at $500 a day or $1,000 a day or whatever it is a day.
Guys, if you like that video, make sure to check out the links in the description below. And if you want to keep learning, keep taking your Facebook ads to the next level, make sure to check out one of the videos right above me, and I'll see you in the next video.